Yo, yo, yo. Damn, that shit was loud as fuck. Alright, so I had to make sure, boys, that my fucking mic isn't gonna be ear raping y'all, and I had to have like the decibels right. So, as you can see, man, it's been like, I think 3 or 4 days, man. I'm recording this on fucking Tuesday, okay? I know I kind of missed out on the streak that I wanted to do for a month, but hey, man, I had some personal problems here, man. I gotta find a place to move out and stuff like that. So, hey, not to get too personal, but shit, man. I got a whole month, man. I gotta figure some stuff out. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna go, man. Gotta save that bread. Gotta trap out the bread. Gotta fucking hustle. But anyways, though, enough with that. I got a juicy story time. I'm gonna try to grind out like 3 videos today so I can release one today, tomorrow, and the next day after. And then hopefully when I link up with Rari, I can buy a cart because he has a Minnesota medical cart too. So, hey, not to snitch him out. I don't know if y'all hear that, but that's my cat. She's rubbing up against fucking hot Cheetos. I don't know why she's doing that. But anyways, let's get started with what's going on, YouTube. I'm back with another YWB banger. I had to have the intro in. So, like I said, though, it's a story time. And in today's story time, this takes place a little bit ago, not too long ago. This is about a little over a year and a half ago now. And I never really mentioned this specific thing or like what happened to this specific character, and I just want to really commemorate him and actually stop making noise, big booty motherfucker. But I'm trying to literally be freaking serious here. And yeah, so this is a story with someone who I call Former, right? He's a very good friend of mine, and he was more so in my recent story times, right? Like I said, he was more of a stimulant user. He kind of got me into the stimulant game, right? Not necessarily, but more so in a way. We weren't really good for each other in the addiction aspect, you know. Obviously, he didn't fucking force me to do anything. It's all in my will. But being around him, you know, I saw a lot of the negative effects of like cocaine use. All right, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be 100%. You know, I ain't a bitch. I ain't gonna lie about shit. So, you know, and I really felt terrible, not for him, not for me, but just because, just the way of how people, they're crying out for help. You know, I really saw him crying out for help, and I really tried my best. I should have done better, but I tried to help him out. I've talked to him, you know what I mean? We talked a lot about our addictions. We talked a lot about our depression, our mental health, just life in general, what we want to do after like college and all that stuff. But enough with that, though. If you guys really want, I will post like a detailed video about my relationship with them. But so this story time begins in 2025. Like I said, it wasn't really a while ago, but it was still some time ago. And like as you see in the title, we motherfucking did methaqualone. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. The fucking test results came in positive. It tested out for methaqualone hydrochloride. I ain't gonna snitch myself out like I just did, but hey, this is all fucking for content on YouTube. This is all for educational purposes. I am not admitting to it. I just saw someone do it, right? But anyways, though, so this happened around May. I don't exactly remember when in May, but somewhat like the springish summertime. I remember I was visiting my mom more so often with my girlfriend at the time, and yeah, I remember I went to her place because I had something specifically to do with her. And Former hit me up. He's like, yo, I know you're going to where I'm from, you know, he's closer to where my mom lives at, right? So he wanted to hang out. And I said, bet, dude, but I got to do a couple things first. Let me hang out with you afterwards. And I remember the day prior to this, he was already thinking about buying some ludes, right? There were 400, so they're 100 milligrams more than like the lemons, the OG lemons from like fucking Wolf of Wall Street and whatnot, and what they had in like the 80s and shit. But these were like pink pressed Mario head pills, or they were either Mario heads or they had the Mario stars. Pretty sure they had Mario heads, right? Doesn't really matter. But he wanted me to put in for some because we wanted to test them out. We've been talking about that. We knew somebody in our state that was selling some. And I was like, you know what, motherfucker, fuck yeah, $110, or I think there were 110 singles, $100 for 2 and plus or whatever. So anyways, it was $100 fucking for a single pill. I link up with them the next day after I'm done hanging out with my mom. My girl's with me, and what we first do, you know, we were like, he picks us up and he picks us up and stuff like that. Like I said, you know, we do a little couple lines and stuff like that. I didn't really want to do a lot because I wanted to feel the fucking lewd. And then we eventually go to his place, and I remember I was very nervous because I was very, very scared on to take the full pill, 400 milligrams. You know, I was on Reddit and whatnot. I was searching up like the dosage or like, yeah, the dosages on them and what to expect. So Former had the idea to just split it in half and pop the half and then just wait. So I do, you know, we chill at his place for a little bit. And I remember after I think like 30 minutes or something like that, because like I said, we do coke with it, but like 30 minutes after, I started to feel different. You know, I don't know about any of you guys, but when I take a new chemical, my body has an instant reaction. I start to, you know, feel the effects and just like whatever new effects that I've never felt before. And I just remember the yay was just like really making it like pop out, if that makes sense. Like I felt like a Molly slash like benzo type of feeling. The alcoholish part kind of comes afterwards. So about like 45, you know, I still don't feel very much. And then like an hour goes by, I don't feel very much either. So that's when I love you, man, but this is the idea Former comes up with. He's like, yo, I know that you can still smoke some. I know you can smoke ludes. So we get an idea of just crushing up the pill. He had like this fucking tinfoil or whatever, and we cut off a straw from like one of his old DoorDash orders, and we fucking smoke it like we were smoking Fent. Like we put on the foil, we just smoke it a little bit, and there wasn't very much smoke. So not gonna lie, he kind of wasted it, but I let him take the first hit. He gets a little hit, a little smoke comes out, and he coughs a little bit, not much. It didn't really hurt your throat, you know, but we barely managed to get any inhalation out, and it tasted like pure dog shit, dude. It tastes like it tastes like, fuck, what would I be? It tastes like Fent. Okay, if you've ever smelled fentanyl, all right, I'm sure none of you guys really have done that, maybe some. But that's exactly how it tastes like, right? Very disgusting chemical fucking bitter salty taste. So I don't feel shit after an hour, right? I'm kind of upset, and I still don't feel shit after smoking it, you know? We kind of wasted it. I didn't say anything to Former. I kind of joked around. I was like, dude, well, that's a waste of like fucking 50, 60 bucks. And he felt a little bit bad too. So he's like, you know, man, I do apologize. Let me give you like, because like I mentioned in the past, he had a lot of scripts for benzos, and at the moment he only had just like a football, Alpras footballs. So he hands me one so I can, you know, get a kick out of the methaqualone. But honestly, I did feel something. I don't know if it was a placebo, but like after I take the bar and before the bar even kicks in, like I said, it was like a roll. It was like a rolling sensation, like a drunk rolling opiate sensation. I felt pretty euphoric, you know. My mind was kind of cloudy and whatnot. Eventually, we go downstairs. You know, we hide it from his mom, obviously, and she talked about making kimchi and stuff like that, but she gives us like some snacks and stuff like that. Former says to her that we're gonna go dip out and hang out with other friends. And in reality, he was doing like a play. He was serving somebody something. I can't really remember. Probably some yay or like some butter or whatnot. But we go to his play, and then after that, we come back. We hang out a little bit. We smoke around his area because he lived like near a park and whatnot. And it was like around 9 o'clock that I decided to start splitting up because I had to be at my mom's place a little bit earlier than that. But I was late, which she really didn't care anyways. But like it really lasted for like 2 hours. It didn't last very long. If I took half, I maybe took 250 milligrams worth of it. I know that's still somewhat a low dose, but later on that night, like 2 hours after me and Former depart and I'm at my mom's place, I take like another fucking football he gave me, and I took like some gabapentin I was prescribed, and I passed the fuck out. I just I can't remember much, but I just remember that stuff added it on to like a whole completely different notch. Will I ever try those fucking Quaaludes again, dude? I would love to, man. I don't give a fuck. I will make that my life destiny before I die. I'd fly out to South Africa, fucking smoke it with the local fucking South Africans there too and shit. But honestly, it was a very, very weird feeling. The best I can describe it is kind of like a soma, you know, like carisoprodol, because like it gives off like a combination of like every downer, if that makes sense. And that motherfucker, former, if you can hear me from up there, motherfucker, and if I see you sometime soon, fuck you, man. Cause he took it the day before. We were supposed to take it together. This fucker was describing to me while like I linked up with him the day after how it felt, and he was like hyping it the fuck up. So I'm still upset to this day that I didn't get the full effects. But I want to make this video very short, even though it's 11 minutes. As always, guys, I hope you enjoy the story time. I'll get a couple other videos out to you as soon as possible. Thank you for being patient, and thank you for almost 600 or 500 subscribers. No, we're at 560. Let me check real quick. I'm fucking retarded. I'm sorry, boys. I think we're at almost 500, actually. Let me check real quick. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was going to try to make it less than 11. I'm so stupid. Yeah, we are almost at fucking 500 subscribers. That's my phone, but as always, peace out, y'all. Stay safe. Stay green. Better be green. Peace out, bro fist.